What's happening there, racing fans? Welcome back to the channel. Brought to you in association with betting.co.uk. I'm Ginger Joe and I'm back with 3 selections for you to take a look at on Friday's race cards. But you are going to have to wait until the evening for these 3 selections. They all come up at Aintree. Got a really decent jumps card there tomorrow evening. And I'm hoping that we can land a few of these to bring us a nice profit heading into the weekend. Now, in the description below are a few things. You get a free link for my horse racing and golf group chat, where I give away free bets every single weekend just for supporting the cause. But all you've got to do is click subscribe and then click the link in the description below, and that will bring you straight over into the group chat. Also, there is a offer provided by betting.co.uk from Betfred. If you bet £10, you will get £40 of free bets with the exclusive Ginger Joe link. And as mentioned, everything is below this video. But before we go any further, please do hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate the support, and that is essentially what I do these videos for. But I'm going to go on to the 3 selections for tomorrow. As I said, they all come at Aintree, and I'll give you those in chronological order. My first selection is actually in the 5.55, where I fancy Captain Tomcat here at 9-2 at the moment. And I think he's actually going to be hard to beat coming back onto this sounder surface. And he is a horse that performs particularly better on the good ground. And he's actually got a Grade 2 win to his name on these conditions as well, just from 2 seasons ago. Things did go a little bit wrong for him at last season, but a return to that sort of form or anywhere near that form would put him bang there in this sort of meeting. And I think actually coming back to this sort of trip, he showed a bit of a return to form on his penultimate start at Plumpton. And then he started to run a really good race at Cheltenham last time before unseating the rider. But he was heavily supported, probably by connections as well, seemingly looking like they were expecting a big run. And he travelled nice, he jumped really nicely. So I just expect him to be back on form for this run. His last 2 runs are much more like his old self. I'm a big fan of his sire as well, Dylan Thomas. He also relished the faster ground, which is likely to go in Captain Tomcat's favour. And another big positive for him as well is Sam Twiston-Davies is back on board Captain Tomcat. He's won him plenty of times a couple of years ago, and he's being reunited for this run tomorrow as well. So 92, I think, is a pretty good bet. Sam Twiston-Davies heads all the way up for Aintree just for this ride, plus one other which he rides for his dad. Top of the Cotswolds, not really got the biggest chance for his race tomorrow. So I think he's travelling all the way up there for Captain Tomcat tomorrow. 9-2 in the betting, plenty of value. And I imagine he's going to be well supported when punters latch on to all of the benefits that this ground could actually bring out in him as well. My next selection comes in the 7.40. And this will be my nap selection for tomorrow. It's Quay 2 at 3-1. He's been a revelation for Sam England, a really good trainer. I really like how well Sam England does with the limited ammunition he's got. And Quay 2 started last season by winning 5 races on the bounce, and then he actually finished off this season by finishing 3rd in 2 races. He actually finished 3rd on this over course and distance last time out, but he also on his 2 starts ago, he also actually won on this sort of course and distance here as well. Similar ground, and he travels really nicely as well. The better ground suits him much better. Very good jumper, a really strong traveller, and I think anywhere next to his best form as well, he's going to be really hard to beat in this one as well. He has had a wind operation before his run last time out, and he ran really well again over course and distance over this track. But a trait I do like to follow is backing horses after a wind operation on their second run. They tend to need the first run almost like it's a bit of a fitness worry for them, but it gets them ripe and ready for their next run. And I think this could be the time to strike for Quay 2. He's 3-1 in this race, my nap of the day. And even though he's got to give a bit of weight to a few of the others in this race, he's a bit more of a classy act than what meets the eye. Just because he's with Sam England, don't take that for any discredit whatsoever. This is a really good horse, Quay 2, and at 3-1, I think that's plenty of value to back him tomorrow. My nap of the day is Quay 2 in the 7.40. And then in the 8.15, I do quite fancy Trapista here for John Joe O'Neill and John Joe Jr. Things haven't necessarily gone right for her over fences, but switching back to hurdle I think is going to be making all of the difference for her here. She's a very classy act over hurdles initially. Didn't really take to fences, but swapping back to these sort of smaller obstacles, I do think is going to see her in much better effect. This trip is probably going to be much more like it as well. The ground is definitely more up her street. And I think if she's back to the form of a novice hurdle form, she's going to take all of the beating at this one as well. There are some decent mares in this race. However, they've had quite a heavy campaign. And this one has actually been freshened up, Trapista, for this run. So I do expect a much better effort from her this time, and the fact that they're sending her up to Aintree for this, I do think is actually telling quite a story in itself. This is only going to be the only chance that she gets for me to get things right now. Trapista, she has had a few efforts from me over the fences, But back over hurdles, I'm willing to give her one more chance. She's definitely a bit of a classy type, and 5 to 1 is enough to tempt me in for Trapista, and that will make the trio of selections for tomorrow. Just to recap, that's Captain Tomcat at 9 to 2 in the 5.55, Canondo Quay 2 in the 7.40, and then Trapista in the 8.15, with Canondo Quay 2 being the nap selection for me on tomorrow's action. Now, when my article is out from betting.co.uk, I will post that in the description below. But again, come over and join my horse racing and golf group chat. We've got a few hundred of us in there now. Free bets to give away every single weekend. I also have a tipping league, which we run month to month. The winner gets a racehorse share. We do runner-up merchandise for the second, and then the third position gets a free bet as well. So plenty of free offers just for supporting the cause. Click subscribe. Click the link in the description below and come over and join all of the action. I've had some new members coming in this week. We've had a great laugh, loads of nice winners as well. And I'm going to put up some selections for York too. But these 3 selections are my main 3 selections for tomorrow. And I'm hoping they can bring us, as I said, some nice profit heading into the weekend. Thanks for tuning in again. Don't forget to check out all of the links in the description below for all of your free bets and other offers as well. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all again tomorrow with some more selections for a full weekend preview for tomorrow's racing. Bye for now.